We know the Joker is an unreliable narrator. So how did DC make a comic called Joker that is not just cohesive, but fantastic? Well, first, get the most acclaimed writer of the past 3 years in James Tynion IV, pair him with respected artist in Gilliam March, then set the story from the perspective of James Gordon. No longer the commissioner of the GCPD, it's a book about the hunt for a missing Joker. A book about Joker, not from Joker. It's a book about the man who lost his wife, his son, had his daughter crippled, the man who's been humiliated and broken more times than any other, yet the man who still has always done it by the book. Now that's how you write a book called Joker. So let's set the scene. Joker War. Batman reunited the Bat family, again, in order to stop the Joker and Punchline from taking over Gotham. You know how those go. At the end, Joker disappears until A-Day, when Joker is seen leaving Arkham Asylum a few days before a gas bomb goes off, killing Bane and pretty much everyone else inside. Then he just vanished. But the Bat family want to know where he went, and so does a mysterious woman, Cressida Clark, who approaches Jim Gordon offering to pay for his services to kill the Joker. Jim Gordon is a tortured man. His son was recently killed after falling back into his serial killer ways, and Jim himself was infected by the Batman who laughs. It's been rough for him lately, to say the least, and now he has to work on a job involving the worst person he knows, who has brought so much pain to him. The monster, who keeps him awake at night and paranoid in the day. The Joker reminds him of an old cop he knew, who told him a story where he faced great evil. The solution? Aim for the head. With $25 million, a private jet, and a chance to end the greatest evil he's faced, he accepts Cressida's offer. Not before making some preparations of his own though. First off, acquiring direct communication with Batman and Oracle. Doing so by revealing that he has known Barbara was Batgirl and Oracle the whole time. This has been speculated by fans for decades. There's no chance a notably good cop like Gordon would miss this. It's been a fact that he's had to deny his commissioner. But with that burden gone, he can entrust himself with this knowledge. The hunt takes Gordon all over the world, from South America to Europe, following the Joker's path of bloodshed. Following him are several interested parties. First off, there's Barbara, who sends Cassandra Cain to keep him safe, while tasking Julia Pennyworth to separately investigate. Then there's Interpol, led by Isabella Hollows. And finally, the woman known as Vengeance. The introduction of Vengeance raises several questions. First and foremost, why is there a female Bane? It all ties back to A-Day and the death of Bane. Inspired by Bane, she is hunting the Joker in the hopes of revenge. Cressida, meanwhile, seems to be making a political gambit, seeking a seat at the table with the Court of Owls. As Gordon pursues Joker, he discovers a twisted evil known as the Network, which answers the question, where do supervillains go when they're not fighting heroes? To the resorts that the Network has established across the globe. Yet unknown to these supervillains, their DNA has been harvested in order to create clones that they can control. Jim finds horrifying amalgams of attempted Jokers himself, and then later, the result of what happens when the Joker discovers their existence. This is a global game, and the Joker loves his games. Jim's first encounter with the Joker makes the whole thing become more convoluted. Gordon and Joker cannot establish either of them as being good, but both know evil. And they both know something is wrong with what they are being told. Why would a showman like the Joker launch a sneak attack? Why does Jim keep fighting this endless war against evil? A war that has started from day one, when Gordon missed his anniversary to make sure the Joker remained in Arkham. In a book filled with many questions and no Riddler, it gives plenty of answers that are increasingly weird and surprising. So the Court of Owls want Joker's head on a plate. But so do the Sampsons, a family of cannibals who are part of the Network. They paid good money to keep one of their own in a nice place in Arkham, only for him to be killed in the A-Day catastrophe. As the climax of the run approaches, something becomes clear. This is too complex of a playing board for the Joker to have created, which unveils the return of Batman's equal, Bane. A-Day was always Cressida Clark and Bane. The Joker simply being a means to the end of the court. Clark's father previously worked with Bane, so there had been a connection, so she could tell him of the existence of Vengeance. A-Day accomplished two goals for them. First, it drew the Joker out of hiding. And second, it gave Clark an excuse to approach the Court of Owls. Her real goal being to dismantle the secret society after they forced out her father. Bane is traditionally a character that represents power, both in the body and the mind. But his grudge match with the Joker and the corrupt powers in his home country made him willing to initially play a more relaxed role, disguising himself as Cressida's bodyguard. And in Texas, it all came together. Jim, Bane, the Sampsons, Cressida, Vengeance, and the Joker. At last, the man who has the most reason to see Joker dead confronts him. Each of them hold a gun, but Jim knows the Joker could have killed him years ago if that was his intention. When you see great evil, aim for the head. But what if there is more evil? That's the question Jim must answer. A chance to take down the network, or a chance to take out his mortal enemy. Can he still do this by the book? The answer is that the characters must live on for future stories. But this book really makes Jim wrestle with this. Is he a good man? Has his work been good? Or has he let evil fester? At the end of this journey, Bane leaves with Vengeance to wreak havoc on her makers. The Sampsons are handed to Interpol and the network's existence exposed. And just as they did in simpler times, Jim and Batman stand on a rooftop together as Jim reflects on his journey in Gotham. From the one honest cop to one who can accept the struggle with evil to get to what good he can in an ugly world. Jim sleeps peacefully for the first time in a long time. No nightmares, no laughing clown. And that's how a beautiful Joker book was created.